Here's a recap of Stranger Things 5 Volume 1 before you watch Volume 2. Chapter 1 kicks off with a flashback of Will Byers in the Upside Down. He shows off some Olympic-level athleticism to get away from the Demogorgon before finally being captured and taken to Vecna, where whatever the heck this is happens. Back to present day, all of Hawkins is quarantined in a military base known as the Max Z has been set up downtown where a massive gate to the Upside Down's been opened. The Hawkins public's been led to believe that this has all been due to an earthquake, so most go about their normal lives. But our main characters have been conducting what they call crawls, where they sneak Hopper into the Upside Down to try to locate Vecna. They communicate about the crawls through a radio station that Robin, Steve, Jonathan, and Nancy all work at called WSQK, and the crawls coincide with scheduled burns that the military conducts in the Upside Down. And these crawls have all been really non-eventful until now when, plot twist, Demogorgons attack the caravan, which leaves Hopper stuck in the Upside Down. And plot twist again, Will gains true sight into a Demogorgon and sees it heading toward the Wheeler's house to capture Holly Wheeler. In Chapter 2, Karen and Ted both try their best to fight off the Demogorgon, but they end up severely injured and taken to the hospital, and Holly gets taken to the Upside Down. Eleven follows the Demogorgon into the Upside Down, where she finds Hopper, and as they search the Upside Down, they find a massive wall that seems impossible to penetrate. Will realizes that he can actually see things from Vecna's point of view and learns that a kid in Holly's class named Derek Turnbow is the next target for Vecna. Meanwhile, Steve and Dustin aren't on the best terms right now. Lucas constantly visits with Max in the hospital, and Nancy and Mike learn that Holly's been talking with a creepy imaginary friend named Mr. What's-It, who they eventually learn is none other than Henry Creel, aka Vecna. In Chapter 3, Hopper and Eleven get ambushed by the military, who has been desperately hunting Eleven. Elle and Hop overpower them and interrogate a soldier and learn that Dr. K, the head of the operation in Hawkins, is holding who they believe is Vecna at a military base in the Upside Down. Back in the Right Side Up, it's basically Home Alone but with the Demogorgon. The party decides they need to trap a Demogorgon and put a tracker in it so they can track it back to Holly. So they plan to use Derek in his house as bait, but then drug Derek and take him somewhere else so Vecna doesn't know his true location. And this actually works really well until Derek wakes up, giving away their position. Meanwhile, Holly's now in Mr. What's-It's mindscape and has been taken to Henry's childhood home, and he warns her not to go into the woods because there are monsters in there, but she goes anyway. And plot twist, she encounters Max, which brings us to Chapter 4, where the Demogorgon that was about to attack Will and his crew is chased into the Upside Down by Steve, Jonathan, Nancy, and Dustin. Hopper and Eleven infiltrate the military base in the Upside Down, and after some struggle against Dr. K and her team, they eventually get the upper hand and discover that, plot twist, it's not Vecna that the military is holding, but Callie, Eleven's lost sister who we met in Season 2, Episode 7. Over to Max and Holly, we learn they're actually trapped in Henry's memories, which Holly calls Camazots, a reference from the book A Wrinkle in Time. And Max has been trapped in there ever since the end of Season 4. Meanwhile, Will has a vision and learns that Vecna plans to take more kids from Holly's class, so they come up with a plan to smuggle the kids who have been taken into the Max Z for safekeeping out of Hawkins, which gives us one of the greatest memes the show has ever produced, but everything falls apart when a bunch of Demogorgons show up and fold the military like a bunch of napkins. And then plot twist, Vecna shows up and the Demogorgons take the children. Vecna tells his evil plan to Will, which involves using the children as vessels to reshape the world, and then he leaves. But not before he sends Demogorgons back to take out Will and his friends. And the season ends with the greatest plot twist of all when we learn that